Welcome back to the Raggedy Pack. We're on episode 20 of Bleach, I believe. Let me check in here. I'm going to keep this intro short because based off the thumbnail, we're getting a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to spoil it for those who cannot or did not see the thumbnail, but it should be pretty good. Last episode was insane too. It was absolutely insane. Corey, I'm going to let you. What's your favorite character?
Yeah, that was my favorite Bleach episode. Rukia used her Bankai, and I've seen her Bankai form before, of course, because being the Rukia fan that I am, I look up all the fan arts and whatnot. They take it from the manga, color it, really cool. But actually seeing it animated, they really did it justice, brought it to life. And just the overall episode, they gave her a really cool villain to fight. Probably the coolest Stern Ritter so far, in my opinion, Fear. Like Kojo talked about, they really got in their bag using the audio pans. And if you watch Bleach on your mobile device, which I know some people do, if it only has one speaker, do yourself a favor, plug some headphones or some earphones in and listen to it. Go rewatch that fight because it's that crazy.
It was great.
Yeah, and Byakuya is showing up to save Rukia and then letting her, finish the fight and acknowledging how strong she's become, kind of acknowledging her as an equal, like you said, whereas before it's just Rukia was kind of, Byakuya's little sister, a support character for Ichigo. Now she's up there in power level.
Yeah.
And the whole concept of the way her Shikai and her Bankai work, where it just gets mind-blowingly cold. Can't think of a better term, but yeah.
Yeah, I think and like you said, against one of the scariest villains I've seen in the show ever. So that was insane. I'm glad that happened, and again, like you touched on, the Byakuya just letting her finish it is probably my favorite part of that episode, honestly. Treating her as an equal is such a not Byakuya thing to do. and that's just a very powerful moment because of that. Gosh, it was really cool. I'm curious how she's going to use it. I'm curious the drawbacks though, how that's going to get, because obviously everything, everyone has good and bad matchups, so I'm curious to see what would be a bad matchup for her. But honestly, she's insane right now.
Maybe
and I'm curious.
Stern Ritter, I forgot his letter, but Bazby, the guy with the fire.
Oh, the flames.
I
feel like her. I don't know, man, because she's way colder than what is his name, Toshiro.
Yeah, but fire. I feel like no matter how cold ice gets, fire, give it enough heat and time, can melt it.
Yeah. I guess it just depends on how hot he can get his flames. That would be a cool matchup to see, though. Okay, do we have anything else to add, or we just want to jump straight into it?
We could jump straight into it. I'm ready.
All right. I'm excited. Before we get into this, though, please leave a like and subscribe. There's a bunch of links in the description, starting with our Patreon, up to 4-week early access on some of our series. Absolutely insane. Full length as well on every episode on the channel. You can time up your own material for that. We can't give you the material, but we make it really easy to do. There's a free Discord in there that we're in 24/7. I'm constantly responding. We all are constantly responding to everyone in there and having a good time in there. And a bunch of our social medias are down there as well, so give those a click as well. But I think without further ado, let's get into this.
Let's go.
Oh god, I'm really curious to see who gets matched up with this absolute monster. This, judging off the thumbnail. We may not even get a fight, I don't know. Oh, I forgot about this guy.
Vanishing point.
I totally... actually, that's fitting that I forgot about this guy.
Oh my god.
Wow, she's not even worried. That's insane.
Yeah. Crazy power. I wonder what the counter to it's gonna be.
This is so cool. You didn't even have her sword on her? Okay.
Man.
Oh, wow.
What the hell?
Okay. All right. Oh. So it's like she's holding 3 swords? Oh. Okay.
What is this?
All right. This is very Bleach right now.
Huh?
Oh.
What happened there?
Oh, he's already done. Wait. Who's...
Who the hell is this guy?
I don't know.
Gurmy?
Okay, so...
Oh.
This man's Megamind?
What?
Oh, no.
Oh. Just wring her arm like a towel, dude.
It really did look like a towel.
Them fingers.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
So he just feeds them ideas, and they just have to think about it or hear it.
He's the most OP anime character.
Yeah. He's got to fight someone who... He is the writer.
Oh shit, Daddy's here.
Alright, well, this guy just is gonna win. This is the guy we saw in the thumbnail for everyone watching and didn't see it. It's just over, man. He really is the writer, man. I want a castle here. Okay, done.
Easy.
Like,
you just made the block from Fortnite. If you know, you know.
君は僕と戦えてラッキーだったと思うよ。シュテルンリッターで一番強いのは僕だと思うから。そうかよ。もう一度言うよ。僕は空想を現実にできる。僕の体が鋼鉄をはるかに超える強度だったらって想像するだけで。
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Oh.
Well.
なんだよ。鋼鉄ぐらいの硬さならそう言っときよ。最初から鉄切るつもりで切ってやるからよ。
It's no problem for Kenpachi.
なんだその面は。てめえごときの想像力で俺に切れねえものなんざ作れねえ。俺が
Man, this is actually such a cool matchup.
ケンパチだからだ。
I am the edge.
It's such a good matchup because, like, if there was one captain that you pretty much couldn't even imagine yourself beating, it is probably this one.
Yeah.
傷をてめえで治せるのか。
そうかも。僕はただ切られた傷がもう治ってる自分を想像しただけなんだけど。
Oh my god, that's just insane.
冗談みたいな能力だ。そう思ったで
You
しょ。
gotta break this guy's imagination. Like, mentally manipulate him.
僕の力を理解できない。
Perfect matchup.
だからさ、かかっておいでよ、ザラキケンパチ。
You gotta scare him so
指
bad.
一本で相手するなんてチャチなことは言わないよ。指一本だって使わない。
Okay, buddy.
頭の中だけ
We all know that's gonna be a lie.
君を殺してみせよう。
むちゃくちゃだな。だが理屈の通じねえのは嫌いじゃねえぜ。何してんだよアシュル。どいてろ。
彼女は今僕の能力で全身の骨がクッキーになってるんだ。
That's insane. Ridiculous.
ってのはなんだ。
What the hell is a
What?
cookie?
Someone get this man a cookie. What are we doing?
いちいち回りくねえ野郎だ。
Underwater now.
Yo, that's
Water
two
prison.
animes now.
わからないでしょう。君の飛び上がった空中はすでに水中だったよ。
Oh my god.
Oh wow, wow.
Alright.
He didn't
Kenpachi's
feel
dead.
that.
包まれ、
He didn't feel that.
地割れに潰されそのままゆっくりゆっくり死ねばいい。君がいくら化け物でも1時
This
間
man just don't
もあれ
know.
ば十分でしょ。
Yeah. How about 5 seconds?
ヤジルの骨は元に戻ったみてえだな。俺との勝負に必死でヤジルに脳みそを使えなくなったか。
It's only got a 2-core processor.
最強なら最強を叩き潰していんじゃねえのかよ。来いよ。目の前の敵以外に気を向けられるようなもんを戦いだとは呼ばれ。
I just realized, man, the eye patch is still on.
Yeah. Still nerf.
最強なら最強を叩き潰したいだろうって。
Ooh.
そんなこと考えたこともなかった。最初から僕に手を出すやつなんて一人だっていなかった。僕が一番強いことなんて分かりきってること
How
だから。
about that, man?
誰かを殺して証明する必要なんてない。僕はこんなに
I love that they
こ
do
いつ
shit
を
like
叩
this.
き潰したいと思ってるんだ。
Oh my god! He brought the strap! Yo! Get Oh god! What?
Armor Core 6 came early.
Oh. This is sick!
今僕はこんなに気分がいいんだ。
Oh man, he's there, Kenpachi.
Oh,
Didn't
again.
feel that.
言ったろ。鉄でも切るってよ。抜けね
Oh man.
言ったでしょ。切っても無駄だって。しまった。
Ridiculous, dude.
切られたことに
Oh man.
その瞬時の遅れに次の一撃を叩き込まれる。
He's not even got the eye patch off.
僕は本当にこいつに負けるのか。
Uh-oh.
そんなバカな、そんなバカな、そんなバカな、そんなバカな。
Give Kenpachi a monologue. Yes.
そうか。
Oh, Shadow Clone Jutsu.
お礼に僕の一番の力を君に見せるよ。
Rasengan.
分身か。
分身じゃないよ。
Yeah, that's crazy that. Oh,
I can even create life with my imagination. Did he create?
yeah, that was a fake
man?
Stern Ritter V. He's the real Stern Ritter V.
Oh, I didn't get that. Wow.
What the hell, dude?
It's modern.
Oh
bro.
my god, he's moderating his ass.
Okay, man. What will you do about the second one?
Oh my god. Just gonna cut that meteor in half, little guy.
Eye patch coming off. Oh, side quest. It's a side quest for him. Oh man. Wait, the lieutenant's getting a.
Did a little flashback.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, transitioning back to a kid. Oh my
What the
god.
hell?
Meteor shower, enjoy.
Oh no, not the hard rock guitar. Man.
It's a halberd, dude. What the hell is that?
Isn't it the bigger your Zanpakuto, the more energy you have? I think that was in like the first 30 episodes of the original Bleach. This makes sense then.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, man.
His eye. What the hell?
You still got like a couple seconds.
Oh my god.
It was enough. Oh.
What the hell?
Oh no. This guy's cracked, man.
So is this guy.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
It's not good
Uh-oh.
for him.
That song. Oh, look at him.
Wow.
Oh, hey, yo, wait a minute.
He's on the
Super
trend.
Saiyan. He's on the trend. The eye patch is still on, my brother. Oh.
His fingies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. That's kind of what I figured was going to happen to him. Oh no.
Yeah, I hear it too.
僕の想像力は正しかった。君に負けたのは僕の想像力じゃなく、この体さ。いや、言い訳だね。
Wait, is he about to like imagine a level 2 version of himself?
勝ちたかったな。
Nah. His
Oh.
brain.
Oh. Well, brain blast.
Literally.
言ったろ。指一本だって使わずに君を殺してみせよう。
Oh, it's like a bomb. Brain bomb.
僕のこの体も全ては僕の想像の産物。言葉通り。確かに僕は君に指一本だって使っちゃいない。
Okay, I'm a little scared.
死んだのは僕なんだけどさ。
Okay, so maybe it's okay.
そろそろ僕の想像力も限界だ。寂しくなるよ。
I'm worried because the eye patch never came off.
何も想像でき
And
ない。
that's the strongest Quincy, apparently.
想像するとさ。
Or Stern Ritter.
Add that one to the trophy case.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Like,
I feel like
mhm.
I feel like next episode I'm a little worried because the eye patch never came off. So I'm a little worried that that guy's going to be back next episode, but I don't really know how because he's just a brain on the ground.
Yeah, maybe they're saving it for an even bigger fight with Kenpachi. Like if he tries to fight Yuhava again. But that fight is like there were so many things you could get away with in that fight that you just can't in other shows because the dude's power is literally his imagination, and Kenpachi is OP. He can it doesn't matter.
The fact that you're an author and you can come up with a character like that and still keep it within rules of the show is pretty impressive, honestly. Because we were still able to wrap our brain around what was happening. That was pretty impressive. I don't think I'd be able to write a villain like that.
No, I think if I tried to write a villain like that, it'd be so powerful. I wouldn't be able to come up with a good way or as good of a way to defeat it. Because I don't know if I'd have a character like Kenpachi. Kenpachi is the perfect opponent for this guy. He is
the only one that could have done that. Yeah. Maybe Ichigo, but obviously he's not here right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, even the way that Kenpachi talks and thinks just directly contrasts.
I think Mayuri would have been a good matchup for this guy.
Mayuri is pretty scientific though. Like he's grounded in reality, whereas Kenpachi just doesn't even care about reality. He's just like he's like, I'm just better.
The only reason I say Mayuri is because if he could find a way to like destroy this guy's imagination.
Yeah, I could see that. Like talk no jutsu him somehow. Maybe, like it would be like way more of a chess game, which would be pretty interesting. Yeah, the only thing that I mean, I talk about staying within rules. I feel like if that guy just said, "Hey, buddy, your bones are made of cookies," maybe it would have been different. I don't know how that worked on the lieutenant, but wouldn't work on Kenpachi.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
So maybe he didn't stay within rules.
How limited his imagination is, because if it was powerful enough, couldn't he just be like, imagine Yuhava is like, I don't know, actually God. I don't know, like, his limit. Or maybe he could even overthrow Yuhava if he was powerful enough, or like, I no longer have your blood in me, you can't kill me type deal.
Yeah,
but obviously he's not that powerful.
I think the problem with that, the only problem with that, because I was thinking that too when we were watching it, would be that if Yuhaba dies, he dies as well, because they're very connected. I don't know. Maybe he could just imagine himself as having that much blood, or they swap blood, But then that might kill him just with the power overload that would bring.
Yeah, I mean the possibilities are definitely endless with that guy.
Well, they were.
Yeah.
I don't think he's dead, man. I don't think he's dead.
His brain is still there. That's like the main thing that was doing all of that. The body wasn't even necessary. It's the brain.
Yeah, I think he'll be back next episode with some serious upgrades. And I think the eye patch is probably going to come off next episode. Could be wrong.
What if they could take the brain and put it in another body and get him on their side?
Mayuri with that brain would be a menace.
Like make a brain robot or something, or just transplant it into someone who needs it.
Yeah, Mayuri needs that brain now. That would be such a weapon to have.
I mean, I feel like he was enjoying fighting Kenpachi halfway through the battle. He said, I feel so good right now. He actually had someone to challenge him and make him think. Like he wasn't just an autopilot.
Yeah, it really was like a Kenpachi of the Stern Ritter versus Kenpachi of, and it kind of showcases just how creative, again, these powers are on the Quincy side. I mean, and the Soul Reaper side, but the Quincy's got some. I mean, he pulled like 100 AKs out of his back pocket.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see that in this show ever in my
Teleported
life.
Kenpachi to space, like,
Mhm.
and he came back from that. That was crazy to me.
Yeah,
Dropped the meteor, man. So
Yeah,
much
the
craziness.
Shadow clones. He was like all anime in one character. It's just not enough. Kenpachi still bodied him.
Yeah, there's levels to it. Kenpachi's
Yep.
at the top.
He is. Oh my gosh. What an episode. More Kenpachi, please. More
Yeah.
actually, you know what? Obviously more Kenpachi, but I want to see what his lieutenant can do. Because that was very weird. Her sword is very weird. She's got the two characters next to her that also fight with swords, and that's, I don't even know if that was her Shikai. Or maybe it was
sure.
her Shikai. I don't know.
I mean,
but,
I would assume so.
Yeah. So I'm very curious to see her powers. But yeah. Got anything else?
That was an amazing episode. I think we have like 6. I think it's like 5 or
Okay.
6 episodes left in this segment. So I'm curious where they're gonna go from here. I think at the end we're still gonna get Ichigo and Uryu, because what I kind of realized after the episode before this one, if you watch the opening, even though it doesn't directly spoil anything, you can see based off of who is in what part of the opening, who is gonna fight who. And at the very
it
end,
shows
of
the
course,
matchups for sure.
it shows Ichigo and Uryu. So I would love to see that for the I guess episode 26 would be the halfway point through the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, and then we would have 26 more episodes after that. So I think that'd be like a good mid-season finale.
Yeah,
Whatever
I agree.
you want to call it.
I agree.
But
I
yeah,
don't know
that,
who's.
Mhm.
I don't know really who's gonna fight Yuhaba. I mean, it's got to be Ichigo, but like I feel like it's gonna need. It's gonna be like the Aizen situation back in the last Bleach, where just like all of them fight him at once, basically.
yeah,
And
I
then
definitely
get bodied,
think
and Ichigo finds like a level up again.
Ichigo's going to have to kick Uryu's ass at one point and bring him back to the good side.
Oh, I see.
And then
okay.
they're going to have to fight Yuhava together, and maybe with like all of the captains and lieutenants, just everyone. He's going to become that powerful. I could see it happening. Oh, and of course, Aizen is still chilling underground, so he might end up fighting him too. Or he might join Yuhava, and they have to fight both of them. I don't know.
Damn, I don't know. That would be insane.
Yeah.
That means he's super strong if Aizen has to join Ichigo.
Yeah, because I feel
can
like
see it. I hope he's that strong.
he would join Ichigo and the gang, because when Yuhava came and they talked, he seemed very they didn't seem like they got on the best.
Yeah.
Lots to look forward
All
to
right.
in Bleach. I'm happy.
Mm-hmm. Me too. It's been honestly the surprise of. Did it start this year or last year?
I want to say it started late or like the second half of last year.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. They released it in 2 parts.
Mhm.
I think the surprise for me for I guess the last 2 years has been how good this show is. It's like top tier for me. This show is so damn good.
Mhm.
It's much better than the original Bleach. I might get hate for saying that, but not only in animation, but like I feel like pacing. Obviously, it's like a huge shonen with 360 episodes or something like that, but this feels so much better and more modern than well, obviously it's going to feel more modern, but just feels better planned than the original one. but it's just been such a shock, and I love every second of it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Bleach originally wasn't in a rush to end. They were kind of taking their time. And, you know, every now and then you'd have like a filler arc or like a slower section. The 1,000-Year Blood War arc is just pretty much back to back to back to back bangers. Every now and then you'll have like a little flashback episode, which are also very interesting and insightful. But I don't think there's been any... There's no filler content so far. It all advances the plot, and there is a ton of action. Like most of the episodes, the fights are insane. So
yeah,
I agree with you. And of course, it helps that the animation and I guess the resolution, because the earlier Bleach episodes I think were in standard definition, the 1:1 or 3:4 aspect
like
ratio,
360 480p or something like that.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful now.
Yeah. Gosh. All right, I think we'll end it here. But before we go, please leave a like and subscribe. We have we have a free Discord. We have a Patreon that is early access, 4 weeks early, with full length episodes on there, or reactions to episodes on there. And then we have all of our social medias in there as well. Give those a follow. But yeah, I think that is it. We'll see you guys in the next one.
See you then.